Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my kitchen. It's so lovely to have you here again tonight. The moon is full, the air is crisp, and I'm feeling ravenously hungry. So, I thought, why not whip up a little midnight feast? Or, should I say, a rather large one? A lot to get through tonight, so let's not waste a single precious moment. First on our decadent menu, we're going to create something truly unique. Sushi ribs. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're taking the smoky, fall-off-the-bone tenderness of slow-cooked ribs and combining it with the delicate artistry of sushi. A fusion that will awaken your senses. We begin with a beautiful rack of pork ribs. You want them meaty, with a good layer of fat for flavor. I've prepared a special marinade for these. It's a secret family recipe, of course, passed down through generations. But for you, my dears, I'll share a few hints. It involves dark soy sauce, a touch of honey for sweetness, grated ginger, garlic, a splash of rice vinegar, and my secret ingredient. A few drops of something rich and dark. Let's just say it adds an unparalleled depth of flavor. We'll rub this marinade all over the ribs, making sure to get into every nook and cranny. Don't be shy. Give them a good massage. We want them to be completely coated in this glorious concoction. Now, we'll let them rest. Patience is a virtue, especially in cooking. They need to marinate for at least a few hours, but overnight is even better. The longer they sit, the more the flavors will penetrate the meat, making them incredibly succulent. While our ribs are absorbing all that goodness, let's prepare our sushi rice. The key to perfect sushi rice is the right balance of sweet and sour. I use a high-quality short-grain Japanese rice. Rinse it until the water runs clear, then cook it according to the package directions. Once it's cooked and still warm, we'll season it. I mix rice, vinegar, a little sugar, and a pinch of salt. Gently fold this mixture into the rice with a wooden paddle. Be careful not to mash the grains. We want each one to remain distinct and perfectly seasoned. Now, for the magic. Our ribs have been slow cooking for hours until they are unbelievably tender. The meat should be practically melting away from the bone. We'll carefully remove the bones, leaving us with these gorgeous, succulent pieces of rib meat. I'll shred some of it and leave some in larger chunks for texture. Let's assemble. On a bamboo mat, lay down a sheet of nori, shiny side down. Spread a thin, even layer of our seasoned sushi rice over the nori, leaving a small border at the top. Then, we'll lay a generous line of that shredded rib meat across the center. I like to add a little something extra for crunch and freshness, some finely julienned, cucumber, and perhaps a bit of creamy avocado. Now, we roll tightly but gently. Use the mat to guide you, creating a perfect, firm cylinder. Slice it into beautiful rounds, and there you have it. Sushi ribs. The savory, rich meat, paired with the tangy rice and crisp vegetables. It's simply divine. But we're not stopping there. Oh no! Up next, we're making something comforting, something hearty. Rice lasagna. Forget the pasta sheets. We're using layers of creamy, savory rice to create a dish that's both familiar and wonderfully new. We'll start with our meat sauce, too. In a large pan, I'm browning some ground beef. And to that, I'm adding a bit of Italian sausage for an extra kick of flavor. Once it's nicely browned, we'll add our aromatics. Finely chopped onion, celery, and carrots. The holy trinity of many a great sauce. Let them soften and release their fragrance. Then, in goes a generous amount of garlic. I adore garlic. Now for the tomatoes. I use a combination of crushed tomatoes and tomato puree for a rich, thick sauce. We'll season it with salt, black pepper, dried oregano, and a bay leaf. And of course, a little pinch of sugar to balance the acidity of the tomatoes. Let this simmer away, allowing the flavors to meld together into a beautiful, robust sauce. The longer it simmers, the better it gets. While our sauce is bubbling away, let's prepare the rice layers. We'll cook some long-grain white rice. Once it's cooked, we'll mix in some Parmesan cheese, a beaten egg to act as a binder, and a little bit of melted butter. This will form the sheets of our lasagna. Now for the creamy cheese layer, in a bowl. I'm mixing together ricotta cheese, a generous amount of shredded mozzarella, more Parmesan, some fresh chopped parsley, and another egg. Season it well with salt and pepper. This creamy, cheesy mixture will be the heart of our lasagna. Time to assemble. In a large baking dish. Start with a thin layer of our meat sauce on the bottom. Then, press down a layer of our rice mixture. Spread half of the ricotta cheese mixture over the rice, followed by another layer of meat sauce. Repeat the layers. Rice, the remaining ricotta mixture, and finally, top it all off with the rest of the meat sauce. And for the grand finale, a thick, glorious blanket of shredded mozzarella and a final dusting of Parmesan. This masterpiece goes into a hot oven until it's bubbly, golden brown, and absolutely irresistible. The aroma filling my kitchen right now is simply intoxicating. But wait, there's more. What's a feast without a proper roast chicken? A simple, classic, yet utterly perfect roast chicken. The secret is all in the preparation. I have a beautiful plump chicken here. The first thing you must do is pat it dry, inside and out. A dry skin is essential for that crispy golden finish we all crave. Next, we season it generously. And I mean generously. Salt and pepper, inside the cavity and all over the skin. Don't be timid. Now for the aromatics. I'm stuffing the cavity with a whole lemon that I've pierced a few times, a head of garlic cut in half, and a large bunch of fresh herbs, thyme and rosemary are my favorites for this. To get that skin extra crispy, I'm going to create a compound butter. It's just softened butter, mixed with more chopped herbs, minced garlic, and a little lemon zest. We'll gently loosen the skin from the breast meat and push this glorious butter underneath. This not only flavors the meat but also helps to crisp up the skin as it melts. Rub any remaining butter all over the outside of the chicken. It goes into a very hot oven to start, which helps to render the fat and crisp the skin. Then we'll lower the temperature to let it cook through slowly, basting it with its own juice every so often. The result will be a chicken with incredibly juicy, tender meat and shatteringly crisp skin. And what goes perfectly with roast chicken? French fries, of course. But not just any fries. We're double frying them for maximum crispiness. I've cut my potatoes into nice, even batons and have been soaking them in cold water to remove the excess starch. This is a crucial step. By drolling them thoroughly, they'll go into the hot oil for their first fry at a lower temperature. This cooks them through and makes them tender on the inside. Then we'll take them out, let them cool slightly, and crank up the heat of the oil for the second fry. This is what creates that beautiful, golden, crispy exterior. As soon as they come out of the oil, we'll toss them with sea salt. The sound of that sizzle is music to my ears. And now, the moment you and I have been waiting for. The feast is ready. I've laid it all out. Our platter of exquisite sushi ribs, a huge, steaming dish of rice lasagna, the magnificent golden brown roast chicken, and a mountain of crispy, salty French fries. It's a sight to behold, isn't it? Let's begin. I think I'll start with one of these sushi ribs. The combination is just breathtaking. The savory, smoky rib meat, the tangy rice, the cool cucumber. It's a symphony of flavors and textures in one perfect bite. Incredible! Now for the rice lasagna. Look at that cheese pull. It's so decadent. The rich meat sauce, the creamy ricotta, and those unique rice layers. It's so comforting. It's like a warm hug on a cold night. I could eat this forever. Absolutely spectacular. And the chicken. Let's see if we achieved that crispy skin. Oh, listen to that crunch. And the meat, too. So juicy, it's practically dripping. The lemon and herbs have infused it with such a beautiful, fresh flavor. It's perfection. Simple, elegant, and utterly delicious. And of course, we must have some fries with our chicken. Dipped in a little bit of that pan just from the chicken, ... Oh my. There's nothing better. Crispy, salty, fluffy on the inside. The perfect companion. This is truly a feast fit for a queen. Or a vampire, as the case may be. Creating and sharing food is one of life's greatest pleasures. Wouldn't you agree? Every bite tells a story. Thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen tonight. It's been an absolute delight to cook for you. I hope you feel inspired to create your own midnight feast. Don't be afraid to experiment, to mix and match, and to follow your cravings wherever they may lead. If you enjoyed our little culinary adventure, do give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I have so many more secrets from my kitchen to share with you. Until next time, my dears, stay hungry. Good night.